Hi, thanks for watching this overview video of the MyCallPad software. This is a toolkit for managing call answering service accounts. It enables very quick message processing and powerful account handling functions. This video will cover how to add a call and the main parts of the home screen. By default, you can see today's call activity with the most recent call at the top. From the information displayed, we can see in the first column which client the call is for, followed by the caller's name, their company, and the telephone number. Also slipped in here is a charge, which is populated from your initial setup instructions and calculated according to the type of the call and if a text message was sent. You can edit from this screen if you need to, which is sometimes useful should you later need to add or amend a number or a contact name. You can also override the charge or even delete the call completely. If you need to see the call in more detail, you can click on the company name, which opens up a summary screen displaying the call notes. The exit button will take you back to the list view, but you also have an option to edit and resend the message. Back to the home screen, and this time we'll view the client list section. Here you will see a scrolling list of all your customer records sorted by company name. The main function is to provide access to account information by tapping on the name. I'm not going to do that now because there's a separate video, but clicking the shortcode button on the right is one of two ways you can add a new message. Shortcodes are unique to the client and a way of speeding up data entry. If you select the Add New Call button, you default to a shortcode field to enter it manually. As you become more familiar with your accounts, that's probably how you'll do things. But if you can't quite remember, it's easy to scroll through and tap the button. This takes you directly to the message screen. You can see that the code has auto-populated the account details and taken you straight to the field to enter the caller's number. Entering the line first will save you time. If anyone has called before, their name and company name will pop up as buttons on the right. Simply tapping these will add them to your call record, saving you typing the information again. Once you've entered the caller's number, you can also tap the Same Number section to view previous call information, or tap Web Search to view a Google search on the number. This can be useful for checking that your data is accurate. While we're looking at these sections, call history will show all past calls for the client and it's not dependent on the number. You can scroll through from the most recent right back to the very first contact. Useful to have if the caller says, "Oh, I called earlier," but maybe they left another number, so I'm not shown under the same number detail. Back to the main body of the message, and again to reduce data entry and speed things up, you have your default call options. These are initially created when you set up the software, so you may want to refer to the other video on how to do this. Much of the time when you're taking messages, you're writing the same thing over and over. This prevents that. You can drop some default text in quickly and add some extra comments, or you can completely clear the field by tapping the bin, then write your own if you wish. Just below, you can set a priority for this call. This is important in that if the client has said they wish to also receive a text for anything that is high priority, this is where that signal comes from. Selecting default messages will automatically change this information. Choosing urgent in the menu will automatically set this as high. Choosing cold call will set it as low, but you can override it if you wish. Before sending the message, I'm just going to pop back up top. We saw that the shortcode auto-populated the company details. If you didn't know the code, you also have the option of selecting from a list. but the main point of interest here is who within the organization is the message for. When you set up your new client account, which is again another video, you can set up multiple recipients. Each can independently have their own handling instructions, email routing and SMS. Choosing who the message is for will ensure it's mailed correctly. You'll see that selecting different contacts can change your on-screen instructions from the client. This data is updated directly by the customer through the website and can include important holiday information or out-of-office messages. At times your caller may ask you for the website or the client address. If you tap on the company section, this is all provided. In addition, you can tap the web address field to quickly view the client's site in your browser, which can give you further information. Back to the call screen, and we can either choose to quit, which will discard all the changes, or send, which will automatically forward email and text messages behind the scenes, then take you back to the home screen. You will see that our call now sits at the top of the list of today's activity. So we covered calls today and client list. So next we can look at the low balance section. This is used to highlight who is running low on call credit. You can set the threshold that you wish to display accounts. I have set this to 10, which means anyone with a call balance lower will appear in my list. The company name is displayed with their amount on account, followed by a timestamp of the last time you sent a top-up notification. You can do two things here. First, I could tap the company name to go in and view the client record. Check out the other video where I cover this in detail. Or, if I tap the timestamp field, I can, behind the scenes, send an email top-up notification directly to the client. If I do that, the timestamp on the button will update and the client will receive this short email message. Next, we can look at the diary section, which alerts you to any important client information for today. This is really useful in making you aware if someone is going away or returning to work and you need to update their on-screen message. If the client has updated their info via the website portal, it will also show here to keep you aware of any changes. You can edit the data directly on this screen and set a new follow-up date, or clear the item from the diary completely. That's it for this video. Remember to watch our setup instructions if you haven't already, and also the how to add a new client account walkthrough demo. Thanks for watching.